So let's go in here. And so just reiterating, Wanda, were you with me, by the way? Still with me? Wanda, you might be muted, or did you step up off your desk? There you are. Yeah, let me unmute you. I got you. Go ahead. Let me unmute you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Wanda. Go ahead. I unmuted you. You're good. Oh, she said she was going somewhere.
Okay. Sorry.
All good. All good. Did that make all sense to you? Okay. Questions about any thoughts, questions? Pretty straightforward, but feel free to ask me a basic question. If you, was there anything in there that, like, your job is over here, but I want you to see, like, what you're selling is that insight that Will would add on top of the info. You're selling and getting excited about, look at, you've got to have these sold properties. You've got to have this plan with or without Will yet. This is still important, right? Let me get this to you. You have to have that enthusiasm to get that out. And I know it's working for you already. So bravo. Congrats, by the way. I love that, right? Awesome. But I knew you were a no miss. You're a no miss. Yeah. So, but we do this so that you can then go, oh, by the way, looks like a beautiful house. Why were you trying to sell in the first place? Listen, determine if that sounds nearby and say, wow, that's a pretty big reason on a scale of 1 to 10. What are you? You're 10. Well, in that case, why don't I get Will to deliver it, and he'll add his insights to it, tell you what to do and what not to do to be successful the next time. May I do that? Simple, right? Because it becomes a logical thing that if they need more value, we can make the offer to that person. But if we keep wasting time trying to sell somebody here, right? Well, you're only an 8, but what if we could get you the number that you wanted? What does that even mean? Right? Like, we're going to get you what the market will bear, and we're going to do a great job doing it so that you have less stress, and we'll probably get you another point or two. Sure. But if you don't have a why are we even having that conversation yet? See what I'm saying, Wanda? So you will find in the expired pile in Arizona where you are, you'll find that this is, or where you're calling now, because I know you moved, but the point is you'll be calling in there and looking for that. Why are they doing? Because a lot of people that expired, they're the problem. Well, I gave it to my buddy because I told him if he could get the number I wanted, not what we're looking for, right?
Right.
So, awesome. All right, Pablo.
I'm here.
Okay, so you sent me some stuff that you wanted me to go through. Thank you for sending me a text. Anybody else that wants me to listen to anything, go through something, ask me an outside sales anecdote, we'll be dealing with that, okay? And I'm happy to go and talk about this thing behind me too, if that's what you need to do. And so you just, yeah, let me go. Who's that?
It's me, George.
Hi, George.
Hey, what is the best, because I need to get some of these recordings recorded so I can send them over to you and the group and share and we can pick apart.
Yep.
What is the best? How do you do it for like a cell phone or something like that? I mean, what apps are you guys using, or do you prefer?
I think Allison is using Google Voice, right? Egan, are you there? My flying Egans.
Well, no, Allison's using Vulcan.
Okay.
She's got a USB headset to the iMac, and she's calling through Vulcan. She can do it through Google Voice as well.
No, but I mean recordings, Chris, specifically.
Yeah, the recordings are through Vulcan, so we're plugging people that aren't Vulcan leads necessarily into Vulcan just so we can record the calls.
All right, George, there you go. There's your answer.
Okay, I'm using Vulcan, so I'll just go
there you
through
go.
that. I'll find out where it's at.
Well, you can.
Just go through the dialer.
Yeah, and reach out to Allison. She can give you a quick, 10 fingers.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Well, also, just a little tip there as far as clarity is concerned. We found that the USB headsets calling through Vulcan work 10 times better than just calling directly off the iPhone or directly off your mobile. Yeah. Like I don't know if you think I'm clear now, but that's what I'm on my cordless H800 Logitech.
Yeah, my call girl, she's used to headsets, and that's what would prefer. So I actually went out and got an extra a decent headset for her with a nice mic on it, and she can just rattle off because that's what she's used to doing. So.
And there's an app that we're going to try today for calls that we're calling directly from Skype or directly follow-ups out of Infusionsoft. It's called TRC-call recorder, and I think it's $6.99 a month from the App Store. So we're going to try that today because we have packages that have gone out, but we don't have recordings for those. So we're going to play with that app today and see if we can make it happen.
Awesome.
All right, but those calls are made through Skype. Okay, Paul, any context here?
These are all out of Vulcan. I haven't listened to any of them. I think there's 4 there.
Okay. All right. All right. Also, let me just ask, anybody else send me some recorded calls? Rebecca or Sarah Corey or anybody have recorded calls for me besides these before I indulge? Anybody? Bueller?
We hope to have some for you next week, Danny.
Okay, perfect. Oh, look at you two. Look at you two. Look at you two sitting side by
I sent
side.
you one, Danny, but it just shows the process working. I don't know if that's interested to you or not. I turn a no into a yes.
Well, what? What do you mean is that interesting to me? No, I wouldn't want to validate what we have going on here. Yeah, God forbid should we do that. You know, see what happened? You got used to getting beaten up by me and you're like, you only like to beat me up. See, you make me the bad guy. All right.
No.
Yes, send it over. Of course, I want to celebrate success with you. Of all people, you work diligent. You get the 5 gold star student award all the time. So absolutely, you and Gail are the best at being diligent. So absolutely, let's celebrate. All right, here we go. Paul,
All right, I'll get it over to you.
you got it. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello. Hi there. Is this Eric?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Hi, this is Sam. I'm calling from Cantu Group Real Estate. How are you today?
Oh,
Good,
chalkboard.
I'm great. Thanks for asking. So actually, we're just giving you a call because we saw your property online and we noticed it didn't sell. So we wanted to
Yeah,
send
we
you
were trying to do a
something.
1031 exchange to a larger building. And that larger property, we first had a verbal on an all-cash offer, and they pulled out. So then we listed it for a couple of weeks, and that deal, that building, that the property we're trying to 1031 into, actually closed. So we just pulled off the market because we are waiting to find the right property to do a 1031 into.
Oh, okay.
She has no idea.
Yeah. So do you have any listings, pocket listings that we're looking for something kind of in the 4 million range to do a 1031 into?
Yeah, absolutely. What's the best email for me to send those to?
It's ericegal@gmail.com.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Perfect. Yeah, sure. So I'll send you some pocket listings. Hopefully you see something that you like. If you do,
Okay.
You can feel free to call me or text me. Sounds good?
Great. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's weak, but she survives it. Okay.
Yeah, so that ended up into a 20-minute one-on-one. I mean, she's sitting 3 feet from me. A 20-minute one-on-one training session about exactly what 1031 tax deferred changes are and how to handle that.
I know, but hold on. There's no doubt she has no clue. So you get a chance to teach her. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But the point is, first of all, man, does she snap back, which drives me bananas. Stop saying hello, how are you? Cut to the chase. Like, just stop. You got to stop doing that. You got to keep it moving. You know what I mean? You guys just get lucky because these people are patient. But there's the delay in the beginning of the call. We're going backwards again on that initiation, right? It's got to be tight. It like if you start to get lackadaisical on that, then what happens is you get lackadaisical on the rest of it. You can't do it. You just can't do it. It drives me bananas, right? So you have to go tight. Paul, this is Sam from Cantu Realty Group. The reason I'm calling is because, boom, just cut to the chase. I know you're going to tell me, but it works, all of you. I don't care if it works. I want it to be the best it can be because it is not about us in it working. It is about them. So he already gets off to a little bit of a bumpy start because there's a delay. He says, hello, twice. So whatever that is, the dialer or whatever, I don't get it. Why is there this delay? It's batty. Like, now we're saying hello. By the time we finally get to it, it's too much time. And on this call, she gets away with it. But on other calls, she won't. Now, in this other thing, it just got way too casual. There just is a disconnection to you. Great. $4 million 1031 tax exchange is a big ass why. So immediately, like, where's the transition to let me get Paul? Not sure. I have some off-market properties worth $4 million. I have some pocket listings. That's not true. It's just not true. So it's not good. And I'm not going to give it, anything other than she survives. But it's not true. But she got her job done here. It's a 1031 tax exchange. We were going to exchange it. Okay, so she doesn't know what that means. That's fine, no problem. Hey, let me see. $4 million off-market listings, pocket listings. Let me have Paul call you. Let me see what he has. That's what it is. Not I'm going to send this to you, because now what? How's she going to fulfill that?
Was it $4 million property
Yes.
that they're doing the 1031 exchange on?
I don't know. He's looking to go buy one of those, so maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
Since obviously we don't have any pocket listings in the 3 to 5 million range, what I could do is go back a year and look at all canceled and expired listings in that price range.
Paul, yes. Paul, yes. But that's why I want her to sell you in a phone call.
Got it. I plan to make that follow-up call myself.
I know that, but she's not doing her job the way that she just did this, because she still doesn't understand this. And that, like I said it to Rebecca last week, Rebecca will tell you, that can't be acceptable anymore. Our standard has been raised, right? Tony Robbins and Gail, too late. Standards raised. That's not good enough at this point in time for Sam and for you. It just needs to be. You got the why, Sam. It sounded big. You heard I hope you heard 4 million. I hope you heard it. No problem. Let me get Paul and let me see what he has. When can you talk to him? Paul, she's got to get you those things bubbled up.
No, that's really good. Like let me talk to Paul. Let's see what he has, and when can he call you?
Yes. She's done the job. It's over. I hear people on the telephone trying to do too much. We trained this in Canada this morning, where it's like, guys, they're going to door knock expireds because they can't legally do the calling that we can do. So we went over the same script if they go there. But the minute there's a real why, you know what you need really? You need me to get the outside sales expert over here to meet with you, to go over this plan I'm giving you, to give you the ins and outs of how it should work for you. That's how this works. And this has got to be right. We are losing hundreds of thousands of dollars right here in opportunity. Hundreds of thousands. Lee, I told you this. I know you don't even know what's happening there, right? So that's the issue. Even when I hear it, it's scary to me knowing what I know right now, right?
What does that use circle?
What's that? The why.
What does that use?
The why. Like, well, two things, Lee. Thank you for asking. Two things. One, I'll go back to the Rebecca moment that she gave me last week, which Rob gave me at my company years ago. Well, I don't really, I wouldn't do it like that. Well, what? Who cares how you would do it? And I get it, Rebecca, you know what I mean. It's perception, right? We get caught up in our own perception.
Yeah.
But what we're
Absolutely.
trying, right? And all we tried to do last week, and it was easy for you because you're super smart. We just cleaned off the lens and say, don't see the world through the way that you would see it. See it through this systematic guidance process. So Lee, it's about those sold properties laid on top of the plan, that their job is to get that to the people and the people that would accept it. And then in exchange for them saying yes and getting this free gift on the first call, we can say, oh, by the way, why were you trying to sell it in the first place? It looks like a beautiful house. And not to sound, and Sam's got to lose that from her voice, Paul, too. It looks like a beautiful property. How come you're trying to, right? It sounds like you're going through a script. House looks beautiful. How come you're trying to sell it in the first place? Boom. Now, well, because we wanted to do a 1031 and there was a thing and we're really hot to do this, we're all hot and bothered. Well, great. Let me get Paul on the phone with you and let's see what we can dig up for you. What's the best time? Boom. Close for it.
I don't know why she just didn't book an appointment right then.
I don't either. But you can't sit there and critique them because I haven't even heard any recorded calls from your folks. How about that? Right? You can't. Ready? Here I go, dropping my mic. Ready? Boom.
Let folks know it's a $4
Yeah,
million
Lee.
house call.
Lee, I need recorded calls until I hear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's breaking up. All right. See him? See this?
Breaker.
Yeah, he comes in here. He shit disturbs while he's on his car phone and everything. But have we heard a recorded call? Have we heard a recorded call? Nope. Nope. Nope.
Hey, hold on a second. In the beginning, you used to heard a lot of this, so I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Well, great. So a long time ago, I used to do the right thing. He just said, dude, you might want to mute ye. All right. Hey, Chris Kleber, I caught the picture of the wonderful one and only Heather on the phone. Heather.
Hi.
Welcome to the Wild West. See, I told you this was New Jersey style. I told you you'd be fine. I told you you'd be fine with this. So welcome, by the way. All right. So, and feel free, by the way, to stop me at any point in time. But this value ladder, like that right there, that's the key. So even with your background as an agent, this is the same thing. Let me do this for outside sales agents, since I bring it up for Heather. See, let's pretend that this value ladder is not talking about inside sales calls or telemarketing. Let's pretend that I'm at an open house. Can I apply this there? Yes, I can apply, and I have to. This is the way our businesses all work. We're not getting away from this. So we have to continue to beat on this value ladder, and I'm sure it'll evolve slightly. But down here, it's this positioning that, Heather, you'll get a conversation going. Well, how's the market there in North Carolina? How's the market Lake Norman? So Chris's job is to get with Serena and once a month produce this, sit with you. We come up with some talking points. So for example, right now in Boston, there's a huge decrease in the average sale. Went from 1.6 to 1.2. That's a massive decrease. There's a huge increase in the inventory. It's gone up to 7 months inventory in downtown Boston. Those are talking points, right? So now we come up here and say, but I noticed that you were on the market during that time and you expired. So let me just start off by giving you some information of what did sell during COVID downtown Boston, a little above and a little bit below what you did. And I'll give you a copy of the plan that here's Rebecca, this is new language for you because I think this was tripping you up. You made this sound like a generic plan because I told you it really was the universal steps that anybody would go through. But it's custom to us in this group because we've taken the time to organize it. So it's Gail's plan. So these are the properties we curate and organize for you. That's a service. We're actually going to give you a copy of the plan that we use. So we backdrop against this. But without Gail coming in here and meeting you, you can't get the insights as how this all gets customed for you. So see, Heather, see how that works? It's like, I wish we all knew this when we were first starting in the business, but it took us a while. So Kleber, anything you want to add to this while your new protege is sitting in the hot seat with you?
No, listen, literally, Heather just came in for the first time an hour ago. So this is
awesome.
Literally day one.
Awesome. Perfect. Good timing because you get to see that on day one. That's important. I wish somebody showed this to me. All right, Pablo, Rebecca, did you send that, by the way? Because I got some more from Paul.
I sure did.
Okay, good.
I sent it to the reality classroom.
The realty. I would like to. I would like to
live.
live reality myself, but these days I'm not so sure I'm capable. Right? I feel like it's okay. I feel like I'm living.
Doing that.
I think I need reality. A reality check. All right, here we go. Ready? All of this. Not you yet. This is still Paul.
Hello. Hello. Hi there. Is this Oliver? Hi.
Yeah,
this is Sam. I'm calling from Cantu Group Real Estate. How are you today?
I am doing okay.
That's great to hear. So actually, I was just giving you a call. We spoke to you like a month ago, and you gave us permission to send us a package that would help you sell your home. I just want to follow up and see if you received that.
No, I did not actually.
Oh, you didn't? It's a big folder, like 9x12, white envelope.
Mm-hmm.
It has.
Yeah, I did not receive anything like that. Yeah, because I went back to that place to check the mail, and I don't see anything that big. It might have, because mailbox is full, so it might, the mailman might not have delivered it. But I'll go check again to make sure that it's there.
Okay. If not, we'll resend it. That's fine. I have here, it's 9710 Fifth Avenue Northeast, number 305.
Yep, that's correct.
All right, perfect. So if not, we'll just resend it, and I'll give you a call in a week just to make sure that you received it. But are you still interested in selling your property?
Yeah, we are, but it doesn't look like a good timing right now, and we are currently renting it out, and that's I think that's what the next step is. In the end, we still want to sell it at the end of the day.
Oh, okay. All right. And how long is the lease on the property?
It's a year. Well, actually, we're
It's
doing
a
month
yearly.
by month, but yeah.
Oh, month by month. Oh, so that's great.
Yeah. So we are.
All right,
fairly
perfect.
flexible
Whoa,
sometimes.
whoa. Oh my, slow down. Slow down. Paul, is Sam with you today?
Yeah, Sam's right here.
Sammy, slow down. You're talking all over these people, right? Just slow down. This is a two-way conversation. You need to hear these people, right? Why are you always rushing?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's strange. It's strange, isn't it? Like when you hear yourself, do you hear yourself rushing?
No, I think I just talk fast.
Yeah. Well, Sarah Van up in Canada was doing the same thing, but remembering that like women have this advantage too of being nurturing. Slow down and get in touch with that motherly side that women have naturally. Just nurture these conversations. This guy wants to talk and you're tripping all over him. You're cutting him off. See, this is the moment where he's telling you why and what's going on. He's reading his mind aloud. And the reason why you don't get this upsell to the meeting in your head, because you're not listening here. So my number one critique for you, Sam, is just spend some time listening. You have the best voice. I mean, you're so like calm and happy and powerful. Even your voice right now talking to me is more authoritative. When you rush, you sound more high-pitched. You don't sound completely authentic. And when you're running all over him, you're losing your effectiveness that I know you have. You follow me?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a two-way conversation. When you do this fine, okay? I want you to stop wasting all that time in the beginning. Are you nervous in the beginning of these calls? What goes on in your head in the beginning? Because I've heard you do them slowly and beautifully before, but you default back to this other thing. Tell me why.
I'm not sure. Like, for example, when you don't say, how are you today? Or stuff like that.
Yes.
I just think I'm rude.
Okay.
I'm like,
okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go again. You're not rude. That's your perception. And that was where Rebecca was stuck here. Our perception is in the way. Okay. You perceive yourself to be rude. You have no evidence that you're rude at all. In fact, ironically, when we call outbound to people, we are rude because we are interrupting them by nature. But if we can immediately be helpful, we're no longer rude. So if I just think you called me to say hello and I don't know who you are, you have a problem there sometimes. You're lucky you live in Seattle. If you did that in the Northeast, Sam, they would hang up on you left and right. People have zero patience. In the West, they have more patience, not necessarily in Atherton and Palo Alto where Gail is, but where you are, there's some patience. But what I would say is we're lacking the authority if we go away from it. And I think it's making you talk too fast.
okay.
Okay. So slow down and say, Danny, this is Sam calling from Cantu Group. The reason I'm calling is because. Just say it like that. Your pleasant tone is telling them you're not rude. Rely on your pleasant tone. That makes sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just slow down, especially if you slow down in the beginning. And I've heard calls from you this month that were slow. It allows you to get hey, it looks like a beautiful home, and slow that down so it's authentic. Look, you're sitting there with Paul in Seattle. And you guys are having a whole bunch of conversations with his wife, with his family. They don't sound like that voice on the phone, I'll guarantee you. I want the humanity in your world to come out in these calls, and you'll see the difference if you do it. Slow down, follow the formula, get rid of your perception, our perception, mine, yours, Rebecca's, anybody, Heather when she starts, Wanda when she's going on. It doesn't matter what we perceive. What matters is that we raise our standard to serve. It's not about how you sound to them. It's how you serve them. Let me repeat that. It's not how you sound to them. It's how you serve them that matters more. Your tone is pleasant. It's pleasant enough. Let that be the thing that lets them know you're non-threatening, right? But let the formula be the thing that serves at the highest standard possible. Got it?
Got it.
Paul,
Thank you.
you're welcome. I'm a fan of yours. I'm hard on you too, just like Rebecca, because you guys are improving so much. But I'm worried that your perceptions, both of you, pulled you back a little bit. Okay?
Yeah.
Rebecca, you want to weigh in on that too, since I'm talking about you?
Oh yeah. I mean, all the training we've done has been definitely a perspective shift for me, and it feels empowering. Like once I get it, once I apply it and I see it in action, it's fantastic. So I just have to get out of my own way.
Yeah, which is all of us. I mean, every day I wake up on my own problem, right? And that's the idea of coaching and becoming better and, business development, where we have to, that's the hardest thing to admit. That
it is.
Yeah, that we are the problem. And at every level.
The enemy and the enemy is us.
Yep.
It's always the chokehold on the business is us. And then it'll be you, Rebecca, because you're the first person that people hear before they hear me.
Yeah.
And I've also noticed that you don't know what you don't know.
Yep.
And I didn't know how I was getting in my own way until we started doing, these calls and really diving deep into it. So I love it.
Yeah. And the value ladder
has a hot seat, Danny.
Oh, no, I know. Well, she's a glutton.
Warm tush.
Yeah, I love it. Well, look, but see, what you all come into the hot seat like this does for me, because you trust me, the ones that do, the rest of you that are quiet, you don't trust me yet, or you're not over yourself yet. Please get over yourself. It took me years. Don't wait as long as I waited. Get over yourself. We are servants. And when you do this at the high level, you don't lose any authority. You gain authority. The ultimate servant who has strength and power, like you heard her just say, I'm empowered by this knowledge. I didn't know what I didn't know. Thank you, Michael Gerber, for sticking that in my face. Now we get to micro focus on where we were stuck so you can identify. I'll tell you right now, in training Jennifer, one of my agents who's going to kill this business, we got right up. This was easy because she watched me, but she's out here. Immediately, she looked at me and said, what do you think? What do you mean, what do I think? I think whatever the formula said. That's what I think. So I didn't give her any, nebulous place to look. I said, I want you to go back to the formula. And if we started it there and it's not there, what's the next level down? And that's where they found the next level down, right? So the great news is you should all be feeling more and more empowered to do this yourself. All right. So Rebecca, I'm going to go to this now. Let me listen to this. Okay. So
it's a probate.
Okay.
And he starts off by saying no.
Okay, good.
But then he says yes.
All right, here we go.
Hello, Jeffrey. This is Rebecca. This is Rosetti Realty. And the reason I'm calling is because we noticed that you're a personal representative for a probate. I'd like to mail you a package of information that will help you through the process. Can you do that?
Actually, that would be a waste of time.
Okay. Are you not selling any property?
No, but not at the time.
Oh, okay.
But the reason I say that is the probate's almost over, and I actually have an attorney.
Will the attorney be selling the property once you decide to list it?
No, he's not.
Okay.
But you know what? You can send me the package if you want.
There you go.
I'll take a look.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Do you mind if I call you back next week? Yeah. Make sure I got it. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. All right.
Okay.
Talk to you next week. Bye.
Okay. Like Sam, why did you rush?
I think I did talk over him a little bit because I was just trying to
reaffirm
what he was saying.
I'm sorry.
I don't know that I rushed
in your case, why did you rush off the phone? Are you sure you had the right mailing address?
Yeah, there was already a mailing address in the
Okay, how come you didn't confirm it?
thing. That's a good question. I don't know why I didn't.
So that's what I mean. There's the evidence that there was a rush. So listening to
okay.
it, listening to it, why did you rush? First of all, bravo, because what you did was you kept your legs underneath you when he said no. You stayed athletic because you referenced the real estate, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be
Yeah.
a waste of time.
Yeah.
Oh, really? How come it would be a waste of time? Well, we're already through the probate. Oh, well, this had information in there regarding any property that might be involved in the estate as well. Is there any property involved? There is. Okay. Is there a need for evaluation? See, this is where we go now. We now take you, if you're going to make probate calls, you need to go read the scripting and the letter, the cover letter that would go out with this and know that value. See, because what just changed for you was context. So see, the difference in probate is what we say is a little bit different because we say, I noticed that you're the administrator of the probate estate, of a probate estate. You can say it like not just a probate, but a probate estate, right? And because they're going through the probate court because nobody had a will and it's a mess, that's the process. We're saying, we'll give you some information on that. Well, what are you going to give me? Well, there's a timeline, glossary of terms. Well, that'll be a waste of time because I already have it. But in the case that there's real estate inside of the estate, there's some information on how to deal with that. One, how to evaluate it for estate purposes. Two, what to do to prepare to establish market value. And if you need to talk to Gail for estate purposes, I'm sure she could give you a relatively close evaluation about the property over the phone for estate purposes. And of course, if it's going to be sold, she can come out. There's your whole story. So now, like we did with the expireds, the value is not just properties and plan. It's some info about a probate because a lot of people that get stuck in there are screwed up. And we don't know if we're calling with somebody's already down the line like this. Where this guy already has an attorney's already going through that process. I'm already down the line. Great. Well, you don't need that. But if there's real estate, which is what we wanted all along, it's just we're trying to be respectful and we're trying to be different when we call. Every other knucklehead that calls up, prospects pursued, run away, they're muscling their way into a conversation about, and there's a lot of wholesalers. Hey, is there any real estate? We pay cash. Right? Where you're saying, look, we noticed that you were the administrator of the estate. We'd like to send you some information that will help you get through that process. And you can test some things. And also will include our real estate information in the case that there's any real estate in the estate. So you could even begin to experiment with that because that is what's in the package. So it's a little bit thicker than the expired situation. You follow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Now,
I think I do have an answer to your question. I think it was because I was so excited that he went from waste of time to, why don't you go ahead and send me the package?
Yeah.
I think that the excitement got me.
Yeah. You got all,
I slipped myself up. Basically.
Yeah. You got all goofy, excited, like a first date because he said yes. Right. So,
yes, exactly.
So what happens is like, oh shit, I didn't even ask him what time he's going to pick me up. Right. You follow me?
Yeah, where are we going?
Well, right. Where are we going? What's happening? Oh my God. He said yes. He said yes. Right. So, and I'm exaggerating the point because what I'm saying is slow it down and begin to raise your standard. You expect these people to come back our way if there's a real why. Because while you were rooting around in the mud with him, there did seem to be real estate. There did seem to be an interest in learning about that part. And that's why he says yes. And he's not.
Because I brought it to his attention.
Well, you brought it up. You say the words real estate. And is the attorney going to sell the real estate? Duh. No, he's not. Well, great. Well, I think the attorney has somebody he uses. Well, whatever. Let me get it to you anyway. I'm sure the attorney and you, as the administrator of the estate, might want a second opinion on the value of the property and what to do to get the top value. Wouldn't you want a second opinion from a pro like Gail? Sure.
Yeah.
See, this is where I'm more interested in you. I'm already past this moment. This is the prom date acceptance excitement. Stop. You should expect that. You have a higher vision of yourself now, I hope. You should expect your ability to convert somebody. Don't be so surprised you can bring a no to a yes, because he just gave you a knee-jerk no because he listened. I'd like to send you some information that will help you through the process. Well, that would be a waste. You don't need to send it. Oh, really? How come? Well, I'm already through the process. Oh, I get it. Well, let me add this. There was going to be some information in there about real estate as it relates to the estate. Is there any real estate? There is. Great. Let me send that information at least. That will help you either evaluate the property for estate purposes and or prepare it for sale. And that's in the cover letter that Gail has. Okay. And that's on the Teachable site. So you can grab that. All right. And so start doing your study in there because you're evolving. Now you're not just the expired gal, right? You're the probate gal. But let's stop acting like, a first prom date. You're the pro. Grab the bull by the horns and say, no. Slow down. I got something for you that's valuable, especially if you have a big why. Got it?
Yeah. I that was my first no to a yes. Either they're a no through the whole process usually, or they're a yes from the beginning. And that's what it's been. So this was my first time actually converting a no to a yes. So now that I've done it and I've gotten over my first time prom
your first
acceptance
date.
or whatever.
Your first date. You got over your first date.
Move past it now.
You got it.
But,
you got over your first date. I like it. Good. Bravo, though. Again, this is how you evolve. You just throw yourself headlong into this. So your own experiences are being coached here so that you begin to see and hear yourself. Same with Sam. I think Sam's very good. I think she has a long career in this. I think Sarah Van is the same. But we got to get a different perspective of our value. Slow down. Even management, like that's driving people. How come we don't have more appointments? Because we're doing it a better way. Right? That's why. Because we're trying to build a business on quality, not quantity, because that's the one that sustains all the assaults from the exterior. Right? Cool?
Absolutely. Yeah. I love the reflection too, because it's like, it helps me get out of my own way once we go over this.
Yeah.
Like
well,
this,
you know how the way you get out of your own way is to gain confidence that why not you? How come you're not the authority? Why aren't you the pro? And typically it's because we don't tell ourselves that. If you want some side work, go get the new Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, because he talks about this. So I can talk to Wanda. I can talk to Heather. Even though both ladies have experience either in outbound calling or real estate, they still have to look at this formulaic way that we do it here. And they have to act as if they've already made these calls. I can do that. That's what I should be hearing everybody say out loud. I can do that. And then to imagine, like there's a real technique that athletes use. You watch Olympic athletes do it all the time, even right at the edge of the pool, right before the ski slope, goes zoom, right? You can see them close their eyes and go through already being successful. See, because the subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and play rehearsal. Doesn't know the difference. You're recording this in your head so that whether it's just you doing it in your mind or you doing it for real, subconscious doesn't know the difference. Incredibly powerful tool. But yet, because we have so much junk that we carry around, we don't believe something that simple can actually set us up for success, when the truth is it's the exact thing that can set us up for success. So good evolution here, but act as if you get invited to the prom all the time. Yeah, go big whoop. I get invited by all sorts of people, right? I'm good.
Right, yeah.
See?
And what we're doing is changing my internal tapes, my internal narrative, and the way I'm approaching it will show with the success that's happening with clients. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
Got it. Super. All right, great. Gail, you want to weigh in?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good job. Gail?
Danny, I just think, yes, Psycho-Cybernetics, I love that. In Japan, where they have very little land, and what they do is they play 18 rounds of golf in their mind. And when they get here, they're scratch golfers, which means to anybody who doesn't play golf, means that you do a perfect 72 when you play, because 72 is par. So I believe in that totally. And I think a lot of people say that the part about that, the hard work that Rebecca's doing is going to pay off. It's not only going to pay off in her business, but she's going to become a better person because she's listening now. Her internal dialogue is different. So what we're doing here is hard work. And I really appreciate everybody participating. And I love the fact that we're doing it together as a mastermind. So right now, together, Rebecca and I are reading 1 chapter a week on Think and Grow Rich. And the one thing that he said that I liked, well, I like a lot of it on the first chapter, everyone, is that he said, as long as you intention are correct, you will get the content out there, but people will see it. They'll hear it in you. And I love that because even though Sam made a few errors and Rebecca and I did, the fact that our intention is to help people and to provide them with a plan, they're going to hear that. All we have to do is believe it.
Yeah, right.
That's all we have to do.
For sure. You know, Autumn also brings up another great point here in the chat. Why are we afraid of their answers? Why not actually hear their answers? I mean, if any of you want to be, and I'm going to talk to, Jonathan, by the way, you're out there too. I'd like you to unmute too. I'd like to hear from you. Maxie, you could do that too. Also, any of my ISAs in the Philippines, I'd love to hear from you. So ultimately, let's go through this, okay? Why are we afraid to listen, right? I'm giving you something that's a massive value to anybody who has a serious why. We don't even know yet, right? But if we go looking through leads, any kind, even if you're an outside sales agent, are you really afraid of the person who walks through the door? That like, what are you afraid of? I mean, don't you want to know who has a real why so that you can really lean in on this value ladder? I mean, of course you do, right? So that's the key, is that if we're over talking somebody and we've lost our authority, like, what are you doing? I mean, okay, I'll call you when? When will I call you? Why will I call you? What am I doing? All I'm doing is bloating a database. And I hear that all the time. Maxie, you and I and Russell, we worked on that. Jonathan, I want to know about that. I want to know that people aren't rushing to get a meeting that sucks. In Canada, that crew was the first one to work on it. Last month, they had a 100% show up ratio for appointments. 100%. And they used to be 50% no show because they were blowing through the stop sign, not listening to anybody, not knowing what the answers were. And we were wasting enormous resources. I mean, I know people think that matters. Whoa, it doesn't matter. We still got, yes, it does matter. That's naivete when it comes to management. If you don't look at where you're losing time, money, energy, you know what it costs to do all this down in here? Enormous dollars, enormous time. And you rush through this and you create this like nebulous muck pile down here. I want them out to trash, or I want them up to meetings. That's where I want. I don't want all this nebulous stuff here. Time is money, right? And now you're calling back into a pile of, I don't even know what they said the first time. Why? Slow down. Be bold enough to make the right offer. Understand its value. That's on all the team leaders. Make sure your people understand the value here. Make sure they understand that if they don't get a why, they failed. They failed. There's no nice way to say it. If you don't articulate the value and you don't ask why, like, don't get me wrong, team leaders are throwing some garbage into this too. Way over here off this is lead acquisition or lead purchase. And a lot of team leaders just blindly buy garbage and throw it at you and expect you to be successful. All you have to do is try to make the right offer, listen, get a why, and see if you can convert anything out of that garbage. If you can't, guess who it's on? Them. But if you don't do this right, I can't protect you from them. Right? Make sense? Okay. Jonathan, you there, buddy?
Yes, Danny.
Hi, bud. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. You don't have any recorded calls for me by any chance, do you?
I sent something.
in your Gmail.
Okay.
Danny Boy Griffin.
Yep. Got it, pal. Glad I saw you there. Don't forget, you got to hit me over the head and let me know you're there. When did you send it, bud?
3 days ago. It's for Wednesday.
Okay.
I think it's Wednesday.
What email did you send it from? Do you have it in front of you? Is there any way you can forward it again?
Is it Danny Boy Griffin? Still?
Yes. At Gmail. Let me see. I'll look down there too. See if I can find it. Yep, I got it. Never mind. Samuel Douglas?
Yes, Samuel Douglas.
Okay. You want to give me any context before I do it?
Well, he agreed to receive the package, but when I asked him about why he was selling or planning to sell the property, he hung up.
Yeah.
And sometimes most of my calls were like that.
Okay.
So I would like to know what should I do? Or
you bet.
Jonathan,
what's the lead coming from?
From Vulcan Expireds.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. Let's listen to it.
Yeah. Hello?
Hello, Samuel.
Yeah, this here.
Hello? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hi. Well, this is Nathan with Remax Champion. And I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed that it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you something that will help you sell it next time. May I do that?
No, what address?
Oh, the one in...
Oh, hang on. I don't know whether that's my computer that just stopped it or you're recording. Hang on, let me try it again.
9th Avenue.
Huh. Is he not talking?
No, wait, let me try to resend it.
Oh, no, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's try it again. Let's listen.
Hello?
Hello, Samuel.
Yeah, this here.
Hello? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hi. Well, this is Nathan with Remax Champion. And I'm calling you because I saw your beautiful home online and noticed that it didn't sell. So I'd like to send you something that will help you sell it next time. May I do that?
No, what address?
Oh, the one in 12745 9th Avenue in Victorville.
Oh, okay. No, they're not selling it.
May I send... Oh, so your plans changed. Well, Samuel, the package is free, and maybe you will want to sell again sometime.
All right, stop right there. You were so close to being really good here, but you stopped listening to him. See what I mean?
He said he's not planning to sell.
No, yeah. Well, you had it.
Is that it?
Oh, did your plans change? That's a question. That's not a statement. Oh, did your plans change? Stop and listen.
Oh, okay.
You're trying to sell him on the package now, and so you've gone right through it, right? Why? Did your plans change? You had the right objection, but you make it as a statement. You start talking at him and over him in a different way. This is easy. Let's see where it ends up.
And this information might be valuable to you, whether you'll use this or not. So may I still send this to you?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, may I confirm that the best mailing address is 12745 9th Avenue in Victorville?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I will call you next week to make sure you receive this information, Samuel. By the way, it looks like a nice property. Why were you trying to sell it before?
Yeah, all right. Well, so like how much is this house worth?
I didn't see it, but it's probably around 700. I think.
Okay. Like, I mean, this guy's not the Avatar. That's for sure. Right? I mean, he's not very articulate about the situation. He's not very agreeable. He's sort of rushing you along, but I thought you recovered really well. So send the information out, get it out, try again, and just let him engage a little bit more. You didn't let him engage enough. Okay.
Yes.
You want him. You want him talking at that first moment. Okay. You want him talking. But I thought you did fine. There's nothing you could do. The guy hung up on you. He's a jerk, right? He is. He's a jerk. He's a jerk for doing that to you. I mean, you were being pleasant. He was having a two-way conversation. And all of a sudden, intellectually, he couldn't handle a simple conversation and he hangs up on you. There's all sorts of noise going on in the background. I mean, I thought you did fine on this call. But I would just say from a critique standpoint, there was a moment there where you could have engaged a little bit more. You sound a little bit too scripted, right? You want to make this more of a narrative and you want to understand it. And I thought you did a good job trying to explain this. But you were selling him on this without knowing why. Because he said, well, we're not going to sell it anymore. Oh, really? Your plans change? What happened?
Okay, got it, Danny. So that's the thing that I need to do. I need to stop after asking him, "Did your plans change?"
Say that again. Yeah, just
I need to
ask it. You stated it. So your plans change, and then you zipped right through it. Don't do that. Oh, did your plans change? My main critique for you here is make it more conversational, but you're hitting all the pieces, so I like it. I like it. Okay. And I want to hear more enthusiasm in your voice, right? Be more enthusiastic. You sound a little sleepy. Be more enthusiastic. Like, I'll give you Sam as an example. Sam sounds more enthusiastic, but she's straying from the script. You are staying in the lanes and getting there, but you need more enthusiasm. If I could take you and Sam and combine them, I'd have a perfect call, right?
Okay, got it, Danny.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sounds good. All right. What else? Any other questions before we wrap it here today? Good job, everybody, by the way. Good job. Questions, thoughts? No? Everybody's muted. Everybody wants to go have a drink. It's Friday. It's been, I think, Mercury. What is it? What do they say when Mercury aligns with Jupiter or is misaligned? Oh, Mercury retrograde. That's it. That's the one I'm looking for. Is that what's going on here today? Mercury retrograde? That's what my masseuse used to say. Mercury retrograde. That's why you're so tight in your neck. I said, whatever. I'd come for this anyway. All right, everybody. Listen, that's enough of me. Good job, everybody. Thank you so much to those who love to throw themselves right in the thick of this. You will improve the fastest. Welcome to Wanda, Heather, and anybody else who is new here today, the team in Canada. Thanks for the double dose today, and everybody else. We'll see you on the other side. Follow the yellow brick system, and you'll be a happier doobie at the end of the day, okay? Bye, Gail, with your big smile.
See you in 20.
Thanks, Danny. Thank you,
Bye.
Danny. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.